Hello guys, it's Carl from the Two Traders. Tonight I'm going to talk you through a couple of trades that I've taken this week. Yesterday. We had a trade on British pound and Swiss franc, and we've also had Euro British pound trade as well, which finished today. So first of all, we're going to look at the pound Swiss franc. And basically, let's have a look at why I took this trade. So you can see we've had a nice downtrend here. Peaked up, bounced off of the monthly moving average, come down, and what we're looking at here is we've also, over them 2 days there, touched this area, and I was looking to sell and see if we're going to come back down. So what we're going to do, what made me take this trade, so we're going to look down at the 4 hourly first of all. So we've had a few kind of big tails here, and we've had price come up, test this kind of level here, and head back down. So yesterday we actually entered the trade, so it was on the 21st. At 8.57, so we'd had this price come up here, kind of rejection of this level again, so I was quite confident that we might see this go back down. Next we're going to move down to the hourly chart, and we'll see we took the trade at 8.57. So why did I take it here? Well, we'd seen a rejection here, rejection, and we kind of broke this level here and this level here. So I thought this was a good time for the trade to start heading down. However, it didn't pan out that way, and what I quickly learned was the price didn't want to go down. How did I know that? Well, let's have a look. So we took the trade down here, but when I looked at the 9 o'clock candle, we had these 3 tails with price not closing below these bodies here. So for me, that was kind of I thought the price was going to head back up, which it did, and it would have hit our stop loss. I believe it was around this level here. So for me, I just got out of the trade for very, very small loss. I don't even think all 3 of my positions were taken. So I think I had 2 on, and I think I lost £50 and £40. So yeah, here when I saw this, it was the way that price was kind of level here. Didn't push down, and then this one kind of summed it up, and it made me think twice. Let's not waste our money and just close out the position. So that was the reason I closed that one out. Not the best of trades to take, but I thought there was potential to move down, and oh well, it was a loss. So let's move on to what I saw later in the day. After we'd seen this, and I'd seen that the pound was kind of looking to push higher, there was a market I already had my eye on recently, was Euro pound. And I spoke to you all about this. So we hit this level here. So I was fully expecting this to come down. That's why we've got that arrow drawn on, but we get rid of that now because that's kind of completed. And we've got this resistance kind of support level now, which I have spoke about as well. So why did I take this trade? So after what I'd seen on the other trade, I moved on to this market, and we had the moving average crossover, which is great. We had also left this zone here and heading back down. But what caught my eye with this one was we had these 1, 2, 3 wicks here. So this one's not so big, but these 2 were quite big wicks, and this one was this was yesterday's candle. So when I actually took the trade, it was these 2 wicks that I was looking at. So if we head down to the 4 hourly chart now, So then I drew on my trend line resistance, and we actually took this trade at 2:06 p.m. on the 21st. So it was here. So we'd had this rejection here. I quite like this, and then we'd come back up and tested this kind of area here with this candle. Didn't work out, so we moved down. So that's where I took my trade. I knew that there was going to be, with this trend line resistance here, I knew that a good place to put the stop loss would be around about this level here, just outside. So then it's about finding your trade. $2.06, so this is a 2 o'clock candle here. So I believe we entered the trade around about here. Stop loss was just placed probably about the 9166 level, I think, off the top of my head. I knew that was going to be a difficult level to break, especially with this here, this trend line resistance. But what caught my eye with this one, why I was so confident, especially leaving overnight, was I kept seeing these. So we had this wick here, 1, 2, and what I saw here was we had price kind of staying at the same level, wicks there, but overall on my daily, my bias is a downtrend. So as I saw price decreasing and we saw lower highs here, I was quite confident that this was going to touch off and it was going to explode down. Now, I did exit the trade kind of prematurely, but not so, because in my head, I had what I wanted. I exited the trade around about this level, so I did miss a big part of the move. However, I still got a very good risk to reward. Now, with these wicks sitting around here, I thought that we may spike back up before coming back down. So I exited my positions here, which isn't a bad move. However, I didn't expect it to head all the way down. And now if we head out to the daily time frame here, you can see that trend line resistance there could now provide a support level for this price here. And you've also got the head and shoulders pattern there, actually, if you look closely. So what you might see happen with this market, you might see price just bounce off of this one, head back up before heading into this larger area here, and hopefully down. So for me at the moment, I'll keep trading this one short, Euro British Pound. See how this goes over the next few days. Let's get rid of these. These are old biases on this market. But what we've got to watch out for, just see if we can get accepted back into this area, and then we can start looking to head back down. So yeah, that's the reason I took the trade on that market. To sum it up, you've got to look at these lower highs, the wicks, the trend line. The daily trend was down, crossover down. Yeah, and that's pretty much it. And we'd kind of, the reason I got out was because of this was the zone that I thought we may reject, come back up, but we went through it, so that's fine. I think it was 1.5 to 1 risk to reward, so not a bad deal really. And that's what it's about trading. It's about what you want. So although I have missed quite a big part of that move, I had quite a tight stop. So had I been trading like on a 4-hourly time frame, then my stop probably would have been wider. For instance, if we can go to that, and then you might have caught more of the move, but it wouldn't have mattered too much because your risk to reward would have been the same. So if you're trading on a 4-hourly, chances are you might have put your stop loss here, entered around here. So as you can see, you may have entered here off that bounce, stop loss just above this level here, head down. So you'd have got 2 to 1 risk to reward on that, where I had a tighter stop loss. not that tight. There we go. I had about there, so 1.58 was about just roughly whereabouts I was. So I did miss this bit. In hindsight, I could have left one part of the trade running, but when I saw it hit this level and it kind of spiked back up and then back down, I was kind of happy with what I had out of the trade. And that is what it is about. It's about what you want out of the trade. Ignore what everyone else is doing. Everyone else will be saying that they've made a hell of a lot of money on this. Whatever. Keep to your guns. Don't be too disappointed. Yeah, that was a nice trade to do. There was a lot of signs that this was going to come back down. You can see how it's responded to this level before. 1, 2, these ones as well. This was yesterday when we took the trade. It's kind of quite a nice setup actually. So what you've got to do, you've got to look at the market and actually take it in what it's telling you. And in this situation was this market was getting lower highs, so price wanted to go down, and every time price tried to push back up, it was instantly sellers were on it, back down, price up, back down, and it got to a point where it kind of leveled out. You had these two wicks, this wick here as well, and we were making lower highs. You can see it on the 1 hourly there, lower high, lower high, lower high. The bottom end of the market was kind of a mess really, but this was enough for me to say, right, that market's ready to collapse. And I did point out today in the Telegram group that I felt that it was ready to go down, especially after I saw nice bit of confirmation for me was, you can see it here, this 8 AM candle today. So when the market's like UK markets open, so you can see down here you got high volume. You had high volume down here, which shows that was a big sign there that markets were not willing to go up today, and so we saw bang 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 down. There was a lot of volume there in the market. So that's it, guys. I hope you learned something from that. It's been a long day for me watching the markets, and if you've learned something from that, then fantastic. If you've got any questions about it, you want to get in touch with me, possibly have a one-on-one session at some point, then just let me know. Good night, guys.